She's looking at you right now, and you're completely missing it. In fact, she's been sending you signals all night, little clues that she's interested, that she desires you, but they are flying right over your head. What if I told you that women are constantly communicating their deepest desires without ever saying a word? And what if I told you that most men are completely blind to this secret language? You might be missing out on the connection you've been waiting for, simply because you don't know what to look for. This isn't about some cheesy pickup artist tricks. This is about understanding human connection on a deeper, more primal level. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the subtle, often invisible signs of lust in a woman's body language that men almost always miss. And trust me, by the end of this, you'll never see your interactions with women the same way again. Are you ready to learn the language of desire? Let's start with something you think you understand: eye contact. You know that if a woman looks at you, it's a good sign. But what you probably don't realize is that the real message isn't in the look itself, but in the way she looks away. Most men think that if a woman is interested, she'll hold his gaze, maybe give a little smile. And while that can be true, the far more common and powerful signal is something I call the glance and hide. It's when she meets your eyes for a brief moment, a split second, and then quickly looks away, often downwards, with a slight, almost imperceptible smile. Why is this so powerful? And why do so many men miss it? It's because we're wired to look for the obvious, the bold, the confident stare. We interpret a quick glance away as a sign of disinterest, a rejection. But in the language of female body language, it's the exact opposite. That quick look away, especially downwards, is a subconscious sign of submission and shyness, a telltale sign that you've had an effect on her. It's her primal brain saying, "I see you, you've made me feel something, and now I'm a little nervous." Think about it. Direct, prolonged eye contact can feel aggressive, confrontational. A woman who is genuinely attracted to you might feel a little intimidated, a little flustered. So, she'll break the gaze, not because she's not interested, but because your attention has a physical and emotional impact on her. The key is to look for the pattern. Does she do it more than once? Does she glance at you, look away, and then a few moments later, her eyes wander back to you for another brief connection? This is a dance, a game of visual peekaboo that she's inviting you to play. But most men are waiting for a green light so bright it's blinding, and they miss the subtle, flickering invitation that's far more genuine. Have you ever been in a room with a woman and caught her looking at you, only to see her quickly look away? What did you think it meant? Chances are you dismissed it. Now you know better. Now let's talk about a zone of the body that most men completely ignore: her feet. Yes, you heard me right, her feet. We spend so much time trying to decode her smile, her eyes, her posture, that we forget that the most honest part of her body is often the furthest away from her brain. While she can control her facial expressions and what she does with her hands, her feet often have a mind of their own. Have you ever been talking to a woman and you feel like the conversation is going well, but there's just something off? You can't quite put your finger on it. Well, take a glance down at her feet. Are they pointed towards you? Or are they angled away, towards the door, towards her friends, towards anywhere but you? The direction of a person's feet is a huge indicator of where their attention and interest truly lie. If her feet are pointed towards you, it means she's engaged, she's present, and she's not looking for an escape route. Her body is literally aligned with yours. But here's the sign of lust that men almost always miss when it comes to her feet. It's not just the direction, but the subtle movements. When a woman is feeling aroused or excited, there's an increase in blood flow throughout her body. This can lead to a kind of nervous energy that has to be released somehow. And often, that energy comes out through her feet. You might notice her wiggling her foot or playfully dangling her shoe from her toes. She might cross and uncross her legs more frequently than usual. These aren't just random fidgets. They are what body language experts call pacifying behaviors, little movements that help to soothe the nervous system when it's in a state of heightened arousal. She's not consciously thinking, "I'm going to dangle my shoe to show him I'm interested." It's her body's way of dealing with the cocktail of hormones and emotions that you're stirring up inside her. The next time you're talking to a woman and you're getting a good vibe, take a moment to subtly check out what's happening below her knees. Are her feet pointed towards you? Is there a playful energy in her movements? You might be surprised to find that her feet are telling you a story that her words and even her smile are not. It's a secret conversation that, until now, you've been completely deaf to. Let's move on to her touch. Now, this one seems obvious, right? If a woman touches you, she's into you. But it's not that simple. And the way most men think about it is completely wrong. We tend to think of touch in terms of big, deliberate gestures. A hand on the arm, a hug, a playful punch on the shoulder. And yes, those can be signs of attraction. But the real signs of lust, the ones that are almost always missed, are the accidental touches. Have you ever been walking with a woman and she accidentally brushes her hand against yours? Or maybe you're sitting at a table and her knee accidentally bumps into yours and she leaves it there for a moment longer than necessary. These are not accidents. They are calculated subconscious tests. She's testing the waters, seeing how you react. Will you pull away, or will you reciprocate? The reason men miss these signals is because they are designed to be missed if you're not paying attention. They have plausible deniability. If you don't respond, she can pretend it never happened. It was just an accident, after all. This protects her from the fear of rejection, a fear that is just as real for women as it is for men. But here's a deeper level of this that is even more subtle and almost always overlooked. Pay attention to how she touches herself when she's around you. Does she play with her hair, twirling it around her finger? Does she gently touch her neck or her collarbone? Does she run her finger along the rim of her glass? These are all forms of self-touch that are incredibly revealing. When a woman is feeling a sense of desire, she becomes more aware of her own body. Touching her own erogenous zones, like her neck and her lips, is a subconscious way of drawing your attention to them. It's her body's way of saying, "Look at me. Think about touching me here." When she plays with her hair, she's not just fidgeting. She's releasing her scent, a primal signal of attraction. She's also framing her face, drawing your eyes to her features. These are not the overt theatrical hair flips you see in movies. These are the small, almost unconscious gestures that happen in the middle of a conversation. Most men see this and think she's just a bit nervous or fidgety. They don't realize that they are the cause of that nervous energy. They don't understand that they are witnessing a private, intimate moment of self-arousal, a silent invitation that is just for them. The next time you see a woman touching her neck or playing with her hair while she's talking to you, don't just dismiss it. Understand that you are seeing a powerful, unfiltered sign of her desire. Now let's talk about her voice. You're probably thinking, what does her voice have to do with body language? Well, you'd be surprised. The tone, pitch, and speed of her voice can tell you more about her level of arousal than the words she's actually saying. And this is a sign that almost every man is completely deaf to. Have you ever noticed that when a woman is talking to you, her voice gets a little different? Maybe it gets a little higher, a little softer, a little more musical. This is not your imagination. Studies have shown that when women are attracted to someone, their vocal pitch tends to rise. It's a subconscious signal of femininity and youthfulness, a primal way of saying, "I'm not a threat. I'm receptive to you." But here's the even more subtle sign of lust in her voice that you need to be listening for. It's not just the pitch, but the pace and the volume. When a woman is genuinely engaged and excited by a conversation with you, her speech might become a little faster, a little more animated. She might laugh more easily, not just at your jokes, but at things that aren't even that funny. This is a sign that you are stimulating her, not just intellectually, but emotionally and physically. On the other hand, If she's feeling a deep sense of comfort and intimacy with you, her voice might become lower, softer, and slower. It might take on a more breathy quality. This is a sign that she's relaxed in your presence, that she feels safe enough to let her guard down. This is the voice she uses when she's sharing a secret, when she's being vulnerable. And vulnerability is a huge indicator of trust and desire. The reason men miss these vocal cues is because we're so focused on the content of the conversation. We're trying to think of the next clever thing to say, the next funny joke to tell. We're in our heads, while she's communicating with her entire body, including her vocal cords. We're playing chess, while she's painting a masterpiece. So, the next time you're talking to a woman, I want you to do something radical. I want you to stop listening to her words for a moment and just listen to the music of her voice. Is it high and light? Is it low and breathy? Is it fast and excited? Is it slow and intimate? Her voice is a symphony of desire, and if you learn to listen to it, you'll hear a story that most men will never know. Finally, let's talk about the most terrifying and misunderstood signal of all, her vulnerability. This isn't a single gesture or a specific look. It's a shift in her entire being, a willingness to let you see behind the curtain, and it's the ultimate sign of her trust and desire. But because it's so subtle and so deeply personal, it's the one that men are most likely to miss, or even worse, to misinterpret. What does this vulnerability look like? It might be her sharing a personal story with you, something she doesn't tell just anyone. It might be her admitting a fear or an insecurity. It might be her asking for your help with something, even if it's something she could probably do herself. It might be her getting a little clumsy or flustered around you, her perfect composure cracking for just a moment. Why is this a sign of lust? Because lust isn't just about physical attraction. It's about a deep, primal desire to connect with someone on an emotional level. When a woman shows you her vulnerability, she's not just showing you her weakness. She's showing you that she trusts you. She's giving you a piece of herself, and she's hoping that you will protect it. Men often miss this sign because we are conditioned to see vulnerability as a weakness. We are taught to be strong, to be in control, to be the one who has all the answers. So when a woman shows us her vulnerability, we might not recognize it for the gift that it is. We might see it as a problem to be solved, or worse, as a sign of neediness or drama. We might try to fix her problem or dismiss her fears, instead of just being present with her in that moment of connection. But if you can learn to see her vulnerability not as a weakness, but as a strength, as an act of courage, as a profound sign of her desire for you, then you will have unlocked the deepest and most powerful secret of female body language. You will have shown her that you are not just another man who is trying to get something from her, but that you are a man who is willing to truly see her, to truly connect with her, to be a safe harbor in a world that often demands that she be strong and perfect. So the next time a woman shares something personal with you, the next time she stumbles over her words, the next time she asks for your help, don't just see the surface. Look deeper. See the trust. See the desire. See the invitation. Because in that moment of vulnerability, she is telling you everything you need to know without ever saying a word. We've covered a lot today, from the secret language of her glances to the untold stories of her feet, from the accidental touches that are anything but, to the symphony of desire in her voice, and finally, to the terrifying and beautiful gift of her vulnerability. And I know it might seem like a lot to remember, but you don't have to become a body language expert overnight. All you have to do is start paying attention. Start looking beyond the obvious. Start listening to the silent conversations that are happening all around you. The truth is, women are not as mysterious as you might think. They are communicating with you all the time. The question is, are you ready to listen? Are you ready to see what's been right in front of you all along? Because the moment you do, the moment you learn to speak this secret language of desire, is the moment that your world will change forever. You will no longer be a passive observer in the dance of attraction. You will be an active participant, a co-creator of connection, a man who truly understands the heart and the body of a woman. And that, my friends, is a power that is far more potent than any pickup line or dating strategy. It is the power of genuine human connection, and it's waiting for you to claim it.